Welcome back to the Backstage Vault, rock and roll enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the electrifying world of Joan Jett, the ultimate rock and roll queen who shattered barriers and redefined the music scene. Join us on this thrilling journey as we explore the incredible history of Joan Jett and her iconic impact on the world of rock music. In this video, we'll take you through the rise, the music, the attitude, and the legacy of the one and only Joan Jett. From her early days with the Runaways to her groundbreaking solo career, Joan's rebellious spirit and undeniable talent have left an indelible mark on the rock and roll landscape. Get ready to discover how Joan Jett challenged conventions, broke through gender stereotypes, and became a true rock icon. We'll delve into her unforgettable hits, her fearless attitude, and her enduring influence on future generations of musicians. So, rockers, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to embark on a thrilling ride through the life and times of Joan Jett, the woman who proved that rock and roll knows no gender boundaries. Get ready to be inspired, entertained, and immersed in the world of pure rock and roll rebellion. Without further ado, let's kick things off by delving into the early life and career of Joan Jett and her unforgettable journey to becoming the queen of rock and roll. But before we get to that, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat from the Backstage Vault. Now, let's rock! Joan Jett's early life was a rock and roll precursor waiting to ignite. Born on September 22, 1958, in Wynwood, Pennsylvania, she exhibited a passion for music from a young age that was nothing short of legendary. Even as a child, she knew she was destined for the stage, and she didn't hesitate to grab the spotlight whenever she could. One pivotal moment in her early life was receiving her first guitar at the age of 13. It wasn't just any guitar, it was a gift from her parents that would become the weapon of choice in her rock and roll arsenal. Joan's guitar quickly became an extension of herself, and she poured her heart and soul into learning to play. Another key influence in her musical journey was witnessing the power of rock and roll firsthand when she attended a concert by the legendary rock band, The Who. The sheer energy, the electric atmosphere, and the roaring crowd left an indelible mark on her. From that moment on, she was determined to be a part of that world, no matter the obstacles. Joan's relentless dedication and passion for music led her to meet Kim Fowley, a music producer who recognized her talent and introduced her to the world of rock. Together with fellow teenage rebels, they formed the iconic band, the Runaways. Joan Jett's journey had officially begun, and the world of rock and roll was about to be forever changed. Now, let's talk about Joan Jett's pivotal role in the formation of the Runaways, an all-female rock band that defied the norms of the 1970s music scene. Picture this, it was the mid-70s, and the rock and roll world was predominantly male-dominated. But that didn't deter Joan and her bandmates. They were fearless, determined, and ready to take the world by storm. Joan Jett, with her unmistakable charisma and passion for music, became the driving force behind the Runaways. Not only was she the lead guitarist, but she also contributed to vocals, co-wrote songs, and embodied the rebellious spirit that would define the band. Joan's relentless dedication and rock and roll attitude were the glue that held this groundbreaking group together. However, it wasn't all smooth sailing for Joan Jett and the Runaways. They faced a myriad of challenges as a female rock band in the 1970s. The music industry, at that time, had its doubts and skepticism about an all-female group making it in the rock world. But Joan Jett and her bandmates were undeterred by the naysayers. They knew they had the talent, the passion, and the determination to break through these barriers. The Runaways had to battle stereotypes, discrimination, and even resistance from male peers in the industry. But instead of backing down, they used these challenges as fuel to ignite their rebellious fire even further. Joan Jett and her bandmates embraced their unique identity and unapologetically defied expectations. Their music was raw, unapologetic, and laced with attitude, and it resonated with fans who were hungry for something different in the rock and roll landscape. The Runaways were a force to be reckoned with, and Joan Jett was at the forefront, fearlessly leading the charge. After the Runaways disbanded in 1979, Joan Jett didn't let anything stand in her way. She was determined to prove herself as a solo artist and continued to pursue her passion for music with unwavering dedication. Joan's solo career took a major leap in 1981 when she released her debut album, a game-changer in the world of rock. This album marked the beginning of her iconic solo journey, and its title, none other than Bad Reputation. This was just the start of Joan Jett's quest to redefine the rock and roll landscape. But it was her next album that truly skyrocketed her to legendary status. In 1982, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts released I Love Rock and Roll, a record that would forever change the course of rock music. The title track, I Love Rock and Roll, wasn't just a song, it was a declaration of love for the genre itself, and it became an anthem that resonated with fans worldwide. This infectious, guitar-driven anthem captured the hearts of rock enthusiasts everywhere and became an instant classic. I Love Rock and Roll was a chart-topping sensation that broke records and set the airwaves on fire. Its catchy melody, Joan's powerful vocals, and the electrifying energy it brought to the stage made it an unforgettable moment in rock history. The significance of I Love Rock and Roll in Joan Jett's career cannot be overstated. It solidified her status as a rock and roll queen and a trailblazer for women in the music industry. With this iconic song, Joan Jett not only proved that she could hold her own as a solo artist but also that she could dominate the rock scene like no other. Joan's journey was far from easy, but her determination to break through these barriers and pursue her passion was nothing short of inspiring. In the 1970s, the rock and roll industry was largely a boys' club. Female musicians were a rarity, and many believed that rock music was reserved for men. But Joan Jett, with her unwavering spirit and love for rock and roll, refused to accept these limitations. She recognized that talent and passion knew no gender, and she was ready to prove it to the world. Joan faced skepticism, resistance, and prejudice, but she met these challenges head-on. Her fearless attitude and refusal to conform to stereotypes made her a beacon of hope for aspiring female musicians everywhere. She was a living testament that women could not only rock but also lead the charge in the industry. Joan Jett's journey is a testament to the power of determination, resilience, and the belief in one's abilities. She showed the world that talent knows no gender and that anyone, regardless of their background, can achieve greatness in the world of rock and roll. Joan Jett's legacy can be felt in every corner of the rock and roll universe. Her music continues to inspire and captivate audiences of all ages. Her signature hits like I Love Rock and Roll, Bad Reputation, and Crimson and Clover are timeless classics that still rock the airwaves today. Joan's powerful vocals, electrifying guitar riffs, and infectious energy have left an indelible mark on the genre. But Joan's influence goes beyond the music itself. She has been a staunch advocate for women's rights and LGBTQ+ rights within the industry. In an era when gender and sexual orientation biases were prevalent, Joan Jett fearlessly spoke out against discrimination. She showed the world that rock and roll was a space where everyone should be free to express themselves, regardless of who they are or who they love. Her activism and advocacy continue to inspire artists to use their platform for positive change. Joan Jett's unwavering support for equality and inclusion has made her a role model for musicians who want to make a difference beyond the stage. So, whether it's through her groundbreaking music or her fearless advocacy, Joan Jett's impact on the world of rock and roll is undeniable. She broke barriers, challenged norms, and paved the way for a more inclusive and diverse music industry. Joan Jett will forever be remembered as the rock and roll queen who not only rocked the stage but also broke down barriers, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire generations of musicians and fans alike. And there you have it, rock and roll enthusiasts, the incredible journey of Joan Jett, the queen of rock and roll who defied conventions and broke through barriers. We hope you've enjoyed this thrilling ride through her life and legacy as much as we did. Now, we want to hear from you. In the comments below, share your favorite Joan Jett songs or moments that have left a lasting impact on you. Let's celebrate the power of rock and roll and the enduring influence of this remarkable artist together. Before we wrap up, if you've enjoyed this video and want more rock and roll stories and music history, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Your support keeps the Backstage Vault alive, and we've got plenty more legendary tales to tell. So, keep rocking, keep loving the music, and remember, as Joan Jett has shown us, in the world of rock and roll, the only limits are the ones we choose to break. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next rock and roll adventure.